Bienvenidos a las Crónicas del Gringo. Welcome to the Gringo Chronicles. Um, so, yeah, let me just tell you what this is about. I'm going to be playing Divinity Original Sin 2 with, in Spanish. And I'll be just talking to myself and, maybe I'll start mixing in more Spanish here and there as I get more comfortable with it. I'm just going to try to. I've already played through like two-thirds of the game a couple times. I keep playing with different party compositions because I like to mess around. But I've never actually finished, so if I could actually finish the game while reading everything in Spanish, well, that would probably take me at least 100 hours, I would think. Un cien horas. I think that's, or is it ciento? Yeah, something like that. Ciento horas. Yeah. Well, anyway. Um, but yeah, I took a little bit of Spanish in high school, and I passed the SAT 2 just barely. It was like the 12th percentile, but it's just um, basically to pass the SAT 2, you didn't really have to be that good. You just had to be like statistically significantly better than just purely randomly guessing. So yeah, I knew a few things, but just barely squeaked by on that. I studied a few nights, but it's kind of like those magic eye puzzles, you know. It's just beginning. You're just beginning to see the shapes, the broad outlines, and it's just beginning to come into focus. And then you just barely pass the test, and then you stop trying, and then it all fizzles. You don't really. It's just too much. You're not in that space anymore, and it just kind of evaporates without the reinforcement. Um, I kind of basically, I mean, Act 1 especially, I already am very familiar with uh, a lot of things that happen. Um, it's still going to be a struggle. I think among all the languages, this is the one I've been exposed to the earliest, like through Sesame Street and whatnot, and it's obviously got some very close relatives to English. A lot of word roots that are in common. And I live in Florida, and there's significant population. There's like a lot of good reasons why this is a good language and not especially difficult, but it's still, it's a different language. It's still hard. So hopefully I can get through character creation and maybe, I don't know, might be too ambitious to assemble an entire party. It just depends on how methodically I try to translate each and every conversation. I might skip over the stupid stuff with Sir Laura, the Squirrel Knight, because he's just annoying and I don't really care what he has to say because none of it really matters. But other than that, I think maybe I'll try to be thorough. I'm just gonna see where the mood takes me. Um, Interesting. I had to look this one up. I know that that's the word for history, but apparently it's just story, as in story mode. Uh, it threw me off a little bit, but apparently story and history, there's no same word. They don't make a distinction between those. So little things like that, I'm gonna uh, be picking up on stuff like that all the time. But yeah, let's just get started. Oh, one player, multiplayer. Uh, Kargar. I'm kind of interested. I should be already familiar with some. I mean, that's the second word is probably campaign. Campagna. Oh, load. Oh, Carguard. Oh, like cargo. Okay. So click that to load campaign, I guess. So that's just like. Let me just type out the whole thing. Man, this is gonna take. Yeah. And then atras. I don't. I should know what that is. Behind. It translates to behind. Oh, back. Okay, so if I, yeah, that's the back button. Wow, this is gonna take a long time. I'm probably not gonna be able to assemble my entire party of four at the rate I'm going right now. This is, it's just that's okay. All right, so okay, so I remember this. It would be just continuing the game that you played most recently. So if you want to do story mode, you maybe want to load. I think this one is gonna, yeah. That's a big list of quick saves. So that's not what I want. Actually, I'm just confirming that I understand. Single player. Uh, Explorer mode, modo explorador, modo clásico. I think it'd be, yeah. I mean, classic mode. Like every once in a while, I run into something that's a little bit tricky. But I think it would maybe get a little bit too boring in Explorer mode. I've never actually played it, but I assume it's. I assume it's easy enough that eventually you just start wrecking everything with no trouble. With a good setup, sometimes you steamroll a lot of the fights, and even with classic mode and uh, tactician. I think that's story mode. Story explorer. Tactician is the one. Is that the one with permadeath? It's really hard, I guess. Anyway, I thought there was a hard mode, and then there was. All right, so the experience of role is that role playing the classic something that's gonna bother me. Yeah, it just means roll, but apparently role. I guess that's short for role playing game, and everyone knows the role classico. Apparently, everyone knows that means classic role playing game. Anyways, this is you're smart. You have recursos. You're prepared for the. Let's see, Esperon. Uh, that's like hope, I think. Uh, no, wait. That are waiting. Okay. The Peligros is probably like challenges or something, or difficulties, trials, dangers, hazards, perils. Okay, the hazards that are waiting, and you're prepared for the hazards, dangers, perils that are waiting. Okay, I didn't look up recursos yet. Recurso, recourse, resort. I guess means. I don't like these translations. I feel like it means something else in this context. Uh, well, whatever. I won't worry about it too much. That's definitely what I want. But I'm just slogging it out kind of slowly. You have means, you have resources. It just isn't awkward trying to translate into English. Uh, Using Google Translate is a little bit awkward here, but uh, maybe it's more metaphysical kind of means, like just like mental fortitude. The sort of maybe it's more like in this situation, maybe it's more like tenacity. Anyways, I'm in Pizarre. I guess that's probably begin. I don't, for some reason, start. Okay. I feel like that's not the word for start that's generally taught in Spanish 101 and in the United States, but that's all right. I mean, I guess if you taught like all 8 subtle shades of the same word for every word, just like there is in every language, you'd probably would just never get anywhere. Uh, would take too long to even get started. Cargando, that's something that was one of the first things I learned because it's obviously it's loading. Uh, but yeah, you don't really think of cargo and the same base, but it's used as the base of a verb. All right, and these I'm not ready to read these like load screen tooltips. They fly by just a little bit faster than I could maybe translate like a third of one of these sentences before it would jump to the next one, and then uh, it's a bit much. It's pretty nice how Google Translate you have once you tell it what 2 languages, it just dynamically translates as you type. Uh, all right, what was I? I think I was going to start with Sibyl as my starting character. It's just I find that recruiting Sibyl, like her recruitment event, is just kind of one of the most obnoxious. Like she makes such a bad first impression. Um, I mean, she has her reasons, but it stresses me out a little bit, and I'd rather just uh, I would rather just avoid all that by just playing as her in the first place. And I already sort of planned in advance what character classes I was going to use. I guess it doesn't really matter because your first character you actually get to customize, but it's really, really annoying not to have at least one strength character. Unfortunately, strength is a stat that um, almost anything you can do with strength, you can do with something else in this game. Like, for example, all the warfare stuff, that sounds like strength. But on the other hand, if you use daggers, well, fine. All the warfare skills just scale off of whatever your weapon scaling is. Uh, it's how it works. So there's almost never, you can wear heavier armor, but like you don't need a ton of strength to do that. Usually, like 2 or 3 here and there is enough. And it's so easy to not have anyone who has strength, but then everything's too heavy and you can't carry your loot, and it gets really, really obnoxious. And I'm just gonna have a start with a 2-handed sword. Uh, just gonna commit to that right off the bat, even though there's no real compelling argument for why that's any stronger than anything else, but it's viable, so I'll just do it. Let me just translate this bio real quick. That's first person or second person. Uh, you know, that's second person singular or something. Uh, you won't go back. Uh, so like return, go back, come back. It says go back or come back, return. Okay, so you won't return to. Is that slavery or? Oh, Sarah's to be, so you won't go back to being a slave. Okay, that's maybe super duper literal. Sounds awkward. So after translating it word for word, I guess an actual translator would change that to the way you would normally speak in English. So no going back to slavery. Or okay. Uh, AUN. That's a new one for me. Yet, still, even. Okay, so that's one of those very flavorful words that like if you're storytelling, it's not strictly necessary, but it's kind of, yeah, it makes sense. It's not one of the ones they teach you because you can get by without it. It's not how you speak to a baby or a toddler, but it is what makes literature, and just kind of little shades of emphasis that make actually, that add a little bit of spice to how you talk. So, okay. Aun, aun, I think, because the accent is on the U. Aun. All right. So, yet you're going. Wow, this is something that's living. I think with your, is that your love using uh, something about like dominance or force or something. Wow, that's this is pretty advanced, right? Okay. Oh, okay. That's the scar. This yet you go. Is that's going? Uh, living scar. Okay, yeah. I was wondering what's living. What's so okay. So it's like the adjective form. It's not like a verb. It's like the living scar. I remember that. That's the thing about her. Uh, carry. Oh, carry or bring. Yevas or so like Yevon or okay. You carry or bring or like burdened by. But anyways, you're not going. Okay, so you won't go back. You're not going back to slavery, but you carry a living scar that. Oh, you were betrayed by somebody, or that your love uses. Wow, that's bizarre. That's wow. That's kind of disturbing. So amo can be owner, but like amor is like love. So I just kind of weird. I mean, I like sure I'm my dog's owner and I love my dog, so I guess that like I don't know in some scene like that sort of those two things. I'm thinking that this is love, but it's actually a slave owner. Is just kind of that's messing with my head a little bit. But uh, all right. Anyways, yet all right, you're not going back to slavery yet. Carrying yet you're carrying a living scar that your owner used. I guess it's the past tense. Like we didn't do a lot of past tense in high school. I'm sad to say, but I kind of remember that one, the accent over the O. All right, so you carry the scar, the living scar that your love used to control you. Oh yeah, it's the infinitive, and then te tacked on the end is to do this verb to you. Okay, yeah. All right, so all right. This is also well, there's a te, so it's oh, so it's something that he did to you again. So he turned you into like that's like convert. I assume convertir. He turned you into that has to be assassin, right? Because I know her story. That has to be it. Uh, so he made you an assassin, and he turned you into assassin and made you like obligo obligated like uh, uh, Khazar. I'm not quite sure. I think is that like a toy, like something you have complete control over. I guess whatever. Hunt. So Khazar is hunt. So it's something about yours. So is it like you hunt your own people or something? He made you hunt. Okay, now you hunt him. Let me just check. Laid Daras. All right, now you will hunt him. So I think he had made. Yeah, he made you hunt your own people. Now you will hunt him. So talents. I don't think I'm gonna read all these in detail. That's just I'm already probably boring people unless you're like super duper interested in other people learning stuff. Which cowboy really caballero? Oh, knight. Yeah, because knights traditionally were on horseback. It's weird. In English, you think of caballero as like cowboy, but that's basically someone who rides a horse. But in this game, you don't actually ride a horse. But whatever. I'm gonna leave all this alone. Attributes: fuerza, like fuerte for strong, but fuerza is like the noun for strength, and there's the big flexing muscle. So right. I'll just use those. Yeah. Constitución. Sure. That looks about right. Aptitudes. Okay. Oh, these should be pretty entertaining to see how they translate all of those. Let me just. Um. Okay, so identify stuff. Hiding. Alright, where do I want to put my starting points? I think I absolutely have to have warfare. So whichever one. Oh, that one was warfare, I believe. Contienda. That's that's a weird one. Strife, contention, contest. Uh, huh. That's that's a weird one because like tienda, I thought it was like a store, and then con is just with. So why is that okay, contest is one of the so the contest is I guess contested territory is fought over. All right, so anyways, that's definitely warfare, and I think maybe I was going to do a point of polymorph. Polymorphismo. Okay, that's pretty. Uh, Pretty much this, just almost like the same word, just sort of, routine changes to to spelling to make it sort of Spanishified. Otorga. That's a new one. Man, am I gonna remember any of this tomorrow? Probably not. Okay, grants. All right, so polymorphism grants a point. Oh, it's telling the bonus. Okay, an attribute point, an additional attribute point for kata is probably each. Let me see that. Is kata each for every yeah, okay. So an extra attribute point for each point. Invertido is invested probably or spent. Okay, invested. All right. Yeah, so that's polymorphism. It's a very kind of open-ended jack of all trades thing. It does have some stuff that scales with strength. It's one of the few ones. I think it's one of the only ones that strictly like tentacle lash is one of the few skills in the game that can only scale off of strength. It's like strength is just kind of it's viable, but there aren't that many skills that actually lock you into using strength in this game. So, eh, I'm actually gonna do it for once though. All right, so now I just gotta. I forgot what starter skill I was gonna have. Like, I think I didn't. The biggest thing is who do you want to give Pet Pal? That costs entire talent, unless I believe one of the mods that they added to the game makes it so everybody can have Pet Pal for free. Uh, so maybe I don't have to worry about that as much. But she has 1 point in identification. Like, let's see, Sabio was like knowledge or learning or something, wisdom. Or all right, sure. I don't think I want to read the whole tooltip right now. I think I've already lingered here. Telekinesis, sigilo, sigilo is, I guess that's stealth. Robo, that's like thievery, like robber. Negociar, that's like negotiation, but like with money. Money negotiation, because persuasion is. Persuasion is. It's a kind of a sort of negotiation, but not explicitly involving. Uh, yeah, it's a source of confusion. Like, it seems like, yeah, just from English, it seems like that could refer to any kind of negotiation, but maybe it's strictly limited to bartering. Uh, lucky. Oh, remember this. This is Lucky Charm is what it's called in English. So amuleto could be like any old charm, even though amulet usually think of something you wear around your neck or something, or something that's like on the end of a chain that you carry around. Anyway, oh man, how much of this am I going to remember tomorrow? There's another one. Escuchar. What's that? Listen. Okay, here. I guess. Oh yeah, let's do some voice acting. See, I thought they got voice acting in the other languages, but I guess not. Well, that made that a lot easier. But maybe easy is not actually good for learning, but whatever. Okay, edit skills. Ariete is battering ram. Oh man, there's too many good ones. I guess the two knockdowns. Combativo is the adjective, so battle stomp. Combative stomp is probably too literal. Uh, but anyways, aporreo is apparently that's what a stomp is. Huh. That's it actually says I'm actually getting like clubbing or even like reprimand or dressing down. Huh. Anyways, so that's sort of a colorful translation, I guess. And which did I could just do nothing. I could do even this crippling blow, incapacitante. That's okay. Could that be any kind of incapacitation, or is that one specifically for crippling? Golpe is, man. These words are so much more colorful than the very very limited vocabulary they teach in high school. So hit, blow. Uh, I'm I'm just curious whether it's very specifically to crippling or just okay. So I typed incapacitante into Google Translate and it just says disabling. So it's not, the wording is not as specific as in the English version, which specifically says crippling blow. So that's sort of interesting. But anyway, it's actually a tough one. Like, what do I value the most? Do I just want, those are two knockdowns, and this one also, it's single target, and then you lose an entire turn. This one has long range, and it just prevents basic attacks. This one gives her more mobility. Um, I guess tentacle lash. I like to use the word golpe for both of these, so I think it's specifically tentacle lash in English, but here they just say it's just a blow of some, so just some kind of loses a little bit of the colorfulness because this is a crippling blow and this is a tentacle lash, but they're both just blows in Spanish. But so it's like tentacle strike or however you want to call it. I guess daño must be damage. Uh, did I mean typing into Google Translate? Yes, I did mean daño with the tilde over the N because it takes like 4 different keystrokes to get in the ñ on an English keyboard. Alright, so that's fascinating, but enemigo. Yeah, man, this is a lot. And I don't have to, maybe I don't need to translate every single word on every single screen. Maybe I can just, oh no, I forgot to, what did I forget? Talents. Oh yeah, I didn't really want opportunist, but which one did I want first? I think if I look at the icons, I'll probably remember what I was really looking for when I see it. Opportunist isn't bad, but oh, some of these are new, right? Okay, that's the one that I forget what that one's called in English, but that's the one that lowers all statuses or the duration, positive or negative. I feel like there's something else I wanted more, but I don't remember what I wanted. Uh, oh, maybe it was this one. This is the God. I forget what it's called in English, but it gives you action points when you score a kill. Executioner. Oh, okay, yeah. It's very literal. I looked it up, and there it is. Verdugo is executioner. Uh, it's sometimes it's hard to make get any use out of it, but either it's doing either you get the kills or you don't. Someone has to feed them to you. I feel like this is something she would like to be able to do, though. It's very much something she enjoys. I think these are all, yeah, the origins are just locked in. And sure, I'll just, yeah, she can play the Bansuri, I guess. That seems reasonable. Oh, man. Oh, apparently I haven't spent all my points yet. What did I forget to spend? Those are all spent. Those are all spent. Oh, I got one from Polymorph. That's what. Yeah, let's just keep doing strength, I guess. Sure. Alright. And I did everything else. Are you sure that. Uh. Let's see. Let's see what's. I forget what OS is. That you have. Akabado. Alright, are you sure that you have finished creating your, I guess that's character, personaje? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. That took a long time. Oh, God, they're gonna say things, aren't they? That's alright, I'm gonna be right back. Alright, here we are. Man, I thought they had voice acting in other languages, but maybe not. Okay. Did she say already? So I guess on couldn't be yet, or I guess already, or maybe on this. I think she said groggy was. That's a new one. Atundida. Dazed, bewildered, confused. Alright. Still a bit confused or out of it, I guess. Alright. Calm. think she's telling me to calm down. And then Tardara. Uh, okay, Pasaras like to pass, or okay, yeah, Pasaras like to pass, but when it Pasar Sete is looks like it says go over. Tar, it won't take. And then Sedante is like sedative, yeah. All right. Wow, let's take. Something about won't go over the effect of the tranquilizer. All right. Okay. Recover your head to get your bearings, and then Subase Averme. Wow. Even when even when the voice acting is in English, this is tricky. All right, Subases go up. All right, come up and see me. Alright, go little by little. There's no rush. When you've gotten. Yeah, okay, so pull yourself together, then come and see me, and then, yeah. Sure, I got the English voice acting, but just wanted to actually read the words and see if I got more or less. It doesn't look like there's any option to. Doesn't look like there's any option for the voice acting. I could have sworn that they did do voice acting in other languages, but I guess they didn't. Oh well, I guess that makes it a little bit easier. Oh man, this is okay. That's desk. Escritorio. I actually, yeah, in hindsight, I remember that. But if you'd ask me what's the word for desk, I'd be like, I don't know. Escritorio. It's a place where you write. So that makes sense, right? Escribir on an escritorio. I mean, where else would you? Alright, caja. That's like a crate. Sin nada, without nothing. And double negatives, that's just how you usually talk in Spanish. I think for math classes, you would have to go out of your way to. Sometimes in mathematics and logic, you really, really want to emphasize two negatives that actually negate each other. But I'm sure there are ways of making it clear that you're speaking very formally in that sort of way. Oveja. Is that the name, or is it just a sheep, or is that the name of this particular sheep? Oh, that's mean. Wait a second. It didn't ask me to apply gift bags to this game. Load Garner. What is what is this bolsa? Is that the gift bag? Yes, bolsa is bag de regalo. Bag of presents. Okay, this one is a little bit overpowered because if you use it with Play Dead on Feign, it just raises the maximum action points. But if you like Play Dead and fill up your entire action bar, then when you finally come out, you actually have those 8 action points, and it's a little bit overpowered. So I'm probably not going to do that one. 7 something, 7 lives. Is that? Okay, transforms the black cat Seguidor. What is its follower? Yes, it transforms into a follower. Once recruited, is that rescatado is recruited? Once rescued. Okay. Appears an item in your inventory. Podrás. You can. Okay. You can use it if the cat is that is Pierde dead? Is that what, like deceased? Misses. No. Okay. Is missing. Okay. Oh, cambiar is change. Okay. Change to the cat's following. All right. You have a count that. Keep in mind. Okay. So 10 en cuenta. You have, you know, take. I guess it's like keep. It's like take into account, but it's more like have it instead of take. But same idea. Okay. So keep in mind is have it taken into account. It would be more literal translation, but you would Google Translate says keep in mind. Okay. Ten en cuenta. Okay. The trait. I think Trata has to be trait probably. No traffic. Huh. Let's see. Alright, so it's a permanent modification, and you cannot. Where was it? Okay. I guess that's fine. Okay. Oh, this is the one with all the. You can grow all kinds of herbs. I don't think I usually end up using this for anything. Doesn't really hurt either. Oh, fuente. I guess that's source. Source points. Yeah. Restore. I guess that has to be restore. Each kata is each. I remember that from last time it came up. I think yeah. Vases time each time that the person descansa is probably rest. Do-do-do. Yeah. Yep. Just wanted to get the individual words. So yeah, source points. Yeah, I'm refilling source points is really really obnoxious, and I don't really. Might as well give myself a little bit of help making the game go faster. Nunca is never. De entre las cenizas. Something about entering something. What is cenizas? Ashes. Whoa. Between or before the ashes? Among the ashes. What? Okay. Whoa. Never underestimate. That has to be what an estimates is. Okay. Never underestimate uh, El Poder. Is that the power? Yeah, okay. Have a good rest, I guess. Sueño Reparador. I don't know that one. Oh, Resuscitar. Okay, so this means you don't need resurrection scrolls. You can just rest. I think that's what that means. Para resucitar a tus aliados muertos of deadly injuries. Allies. Your dead out to resurrect your dead allies. No tendrás. You don't have or you won't have. Yes. Okay. Oh, future tense. Or yeah. Okay. No tendrás is like tener is to have, but tendrás is you will not have an informal. I think, or you do not have. Oh, it's present tense. I think. Yeah, to resurrect your dead allies, you don't have to. Um, it'll. What? El Saco? Oh, wait a second. Where was it? Okay. Huh. Okay. Oh, okay. So the no in this sentence is what's throwing me off. So it's not that you won't have to use. It's like you won't have to the no tendrás más que. So you won't have to any more than. Uh, you will have to do no more than use the sleeping bag outside of in a moment outside of battle to resurrect your dead allies. So to resurrect your dead allies, you will have to do no more than use the sleeping bag outside of combat. I think I kind of already knew that that's what it was saying, but I was misunderstanding where the negative went, so I thought it meant you didn't have to use the sleeping bag, which didn't sound right from what I remembered. So you do have to use the sleeping bag, but you will have to do no more than that. Specifically, you won't need a resurrection scroll. Animal empathy. So sure, everybody can talk to animals. Um, I mean, I like having to reserve one talent point for the pet pal person is always a little bit of a burden. Makes the game slightly easier, but sure. Oh man. Aprovecha. Habilidad. Okay, the ability of your entire group. Okay, so this is something like shared, some kind of social ability is shared among the whole group. Regateras. So this is only for bargaining. So okay, so this is so yeah. No matter who's talking to the merchant, it's the reputation and the abilities. So maybe one person is well liked and another person has the higher skill, and it just uses uh, take advantage of. Aprovecha is take advantage of. Okay, so it's a very fancy way of just saying use the highest. All right, so I'm not sure whether they're saying that it's additive, whether they all add up, um, or it just takes the highest one. I'm going to just assume it takes the highest one, but with anyways, uh, this means that the person who can carry all the heavy stuff doesn't have to be the same person as who they don't have to hand everything off to the person who actually does the bargaining. It can all just it's all the same. It all goes back and forth. All right. Aleatorización de combate. That's a long word. random. Aleator is random. I don't recognize that base word as anything. Aleator. That's interesting. I don't think I want to randomize combat. That's too much. I like new and interesting, exciting traits. Maybe that's a little bit extra. Maybe I don't really want that. Could keep me on my toes though. Maybe I really need to uh, read all the descriptions of all the crazy things that are going on and don't get too complacent. Maybe I'll do it. Is that crazy? Keep in mind, ten in cuenta. Keep in mind. Uh, let's see. This is a permanent modification. You can't that probably means deactivate. Desactivarla. Desactivarla. Oh, it is like more like deactivate, but it's like dis instead of d. So it's like disactivated because d and dis mean basically the same thing. It's just some words have dis and some have d. All right, so desactivarla, like deactivate. Okay, so you can't deactivate. I lost track of what I was looking at. Cambius. Why do I forget what Cambius is? Change. Oh, and then Cambius de idea is like that's change your mind, I guess. Yeah, you can't you can't deactivate it if you change your mind. Well, oh, did I just? Oh, it's the exact same paragraph, and every time it's. Okay, so this is randomizer combat randomizer. I'm gonna do it. It's crazy. Unique items creation kit. I think that doesn't really hurt anything. I don't always use it, but I think you just get more recipes or something. So sure, let's do that. Divine talents. Alguna vez, is it asking how many times, or have you ever wanted? No. Any have you ever is okay. Alguna is any, as in. But Alguna is like any, but Alguna vez is like have you ever, like at least has there ever been a time? Uh, so have you any time is as Alguna vez as. Have you any time? Have you ever? Okay, have you ever resuscitated your allies as zombies? New talents. Have you ever raised your allies as zombies? Do you hate? Do you hate it when? Let's see. What is fallar? Do you hate failing the attack? Do you hate failing an important attack? guess I can turn that on, but I may or may not actually use it, but it doesn't seem to hurt anything. Uh, oh, I think this is permanent spirit vision. Mejorada is improved as Mejorada. Oh, okay. Okay. Yep, sure. Magical strength of jubilation. It's capitalized, so that's espejo. Mirror. Okay, mirror. Okay, mirror. Oh, fuerte is not strong this time. It's just the fort. Fort joy. That's why it's capitalized. It's fort joy. Yes, magic mirror of Fort Joy. I'm not going to read any farther. I think. All right. Organization, better organization. I think you get like lots of bags that help you with stuff. Poder Moscotil. That's drink something. Mascot. Drink mascot? No, power mascot. What is the power mascot? That's I don't remember this one. What is it? Poder mascot power. Oh, okay, dramatically improves the summoner class, and I guess in the infusions. Yeah, I'm skimming a little bit here, but this one is improved summoning, I guess. I guess incarnate is been translated into like mascot, which is okay, sure. Articulos de. Is that like fingers or digits? Or it's just articles. De H seria. Witchcraft, sorcery. Alright, so just some kind of merchant with potent artifacts in all the lugares. Important. What is no that? What is it? I should remember what lugares is. In all the important places of the game, you will encounter a mysterious vendor that oferta, is that just sells? Offers. So it's literally offers. Okay. Okay, exotic and potent artifacts. Uh, man. Alright, then Distros is Sanes. Jesting or Sanes, that's a weird one, so Ditros. Fuck those. Oh, Ditros. Oh, it can also mean said artifacts, as in the artifacts that I just mentioned. Okay, so Ditros is like said, so like DCR is like to say something. Okay. I think it was confusing it for a different part of speech before I started typing more words into the translator. Okay, so said artifacts can improve, I guess. Pueden mejorar can improve. Let's say llevarlos wearing until something. Llevarlos hasta el nivel. Oh, llevarlos is to llevarlos hasta el nivel. Take them. I don't know where it indicates up, but the translator says bring them up to the level, to the actual level of the player. I guess is Hugador. Yeah. Okay, I think this can like raise the levels. I think you have to go to a merchant and you can pay to uh, raise the level of like your unique equipment so that it actually is as strong as you are at that point in the game. So if you get, for example, like yeah, in Act One, there's that Brachus Rex set that it's obsolete like almost immediately after you obtain this complete set, which is kind of a downer. It's a lot of work, but now I guess you can pay to level it up so that it stays relevant throughout the whole game, if that's what you choose to do. All right, so in Labara, I feel like I should know what Labara is. That's a common word, right? It's just a bar, really? Fast bar. Let's see, what is it? Fast bar. Oh, that's like a hotkey. Yeah, I think the La Barra Rapida is this thing on the at the bottom of the screen. It's like the hotkey bar, but they call it the Barra Rapida. All right, there is a new icon that serves that case. Survey. Let me double check that. Survey. Activate and deactivate fast travel, I think. Why do I keep forgetting Carrera? Desplazamiento in Carrera. Just, I think desplazamiento is just like movement. It's like literally displacement, but I think fast travel is what they're talking about here. I remember this one being a thing. Just move faster outside of combat or, sneaking. If you activate it, aumentara. It's like augment or increase. Augment. Yeah, augment is a fancy word for increase, but okay. You will increase your movement speed and that of your followers. All right. I think that's literally everything except for the 8 action points, which seems like a bit of an exploit. Like, do I really need 8 action points? It seems like it's just a huge buff for no reason, but the rest of these seem pretty good. All right, apply that. Wow, I just I just spent a pretty long time on just gift bag settings. And now it has to reload the whole game. This probably isn't that exciting. Hopefully it'll get more interesting as don't have to look things up as often. And yeah, my computer's a little bit. I don't know why my computer's slow sometimes. Whatever, whatever. Okay, well, I guess I should be reading the words on the screen a little bit. It's still too fast. It's like when you know like half or a third of the words, it's not quite enough to guess the other ones quite so easily. At least not at the speed that it's going. Like if there's only one or two words per sentence, you can probably guess pretty well. Creatura is probably creature, but whatever. Man, I need a better computer. This is just reloading the game. You can see how long it's taking. Wow. Like the first time I load the game, I do it before I start recording, and then it's not a big deal. But yep. computer. What are you doing to me? This is wow. Yeah, lava is lethal. That it is. Uh, wow, this stupid computer. It really, really doesn't like that I applied that many goodie bags all at once. Apparently. Oh man, this is painful. All right, load screen. What's your deal? I closed down Firefox and everything. This should be relatively fast here, but I guess it's not. Yeah, this computer is not happy right now. Like, maybe I should just stop this stream and then restart it again because I'm not really. I think I'm just taking a little break here. And yeah, honestly, yeah. But I'm sure as soon as I stop recording, it's gonna the progress bar is suddenly gonna jump by like all the way up to here, and then it'll be done in like a few seconds because that's just how things are. It's the watched pod that doesn't boil and all that. Yeah, I think I'm going to just like break it into two pieces because this is kind of silly.